Have you ever felt a door slam in your face while someone else was ushered through with a smile, and a part of you burned, not just with anger, but with envy that tasted like metal on your tongue? Marcus Aurelius would tell us there's power inside that sting if we can hold it steady long enough to read it. Today I'm going to walk you through 13 Stoic power lessons on how to turn envy into a map for skill acquisition without poisoning your spirit. Along the way I'll show you, in Lesson 4, how to shine after being passed over, and in Lesson 10, the ethical, non-manipulative form of boundary-conscious silence that heals you rather than harms anyone else. Keep those two doors in mind. We'll walk back through them together. Before we start, a quick value frame. Every no in your life can be a redirection toward a more honest yes. Envy is not a verdict on your worth, it's a compass pointing to a capability you haven't built yet. In the next minutes you'll get practical steps to read that compass, build those capabilities, and protect your energy as you do. If you're finding value as we go, tap like, subscribe, and ring the bell only if it genuinely helps you stay on track. Lesson 1, ignore them. The thesis is simple: the people who trigger your envy are not your curriculum, the skills behind what they have are. The Stoic reframe is to elevate yourself above their indifference without bitterness. When Marcus wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy," he wasn't telling you to become stone, he was telling you to become selective. Action 1, write down the exact behavior you envy, promotion, audience, relationship, and list the underlying skills that make it possible. Action 2, set a 30-day training block on one skill, not the person. Action 3, deliberately remove passive consumption of their life for those 30 days, mute, unfollow, or simply stop searching their name. The benefit is real. Your mind goes from circular comparison to linear progress, and time you used to spend spiraling becomes time you spend training. Here's a micro-story from work. You're at the Monday stand-up. A colleague gets the project lead you wanted. Your chest tightens, your scroll finger starts itching. Instead, you name the skill that earned the assignment, maybe stakeholder communication. That night, you map a daily 5-minute practice, one concise status update email to your manager with a clear next step. 30 days later, your updates get forwarded, your work becomes more visible, the envy shrinks because your skill grew. Lesson 2, don't react emotionally. Envy is a hot spark, you are not obligated to throw gasoline on it. The Stoic reframe, calm is a superpower because it buys you clarity. Action 1, do a 90-second breath when the spike hits, 4 in, 6 out, eyes softened, jaw unclenched. Action 2, ask the question, what is envy trying to teach me about capacity? Action 3, delay any message you are about to send by one sleep cycle. The benefit, what could have become a messy thread becomes a strategic plan. And yes, I hear the objection already, doesn't this make me cold? No. It makes you responsible. Empathy without brakes burns out. Stoic calm is the brake that allows empathy to steer. You are not suppressing feeling, you're metabolizing it into direction. Lesson 3, take them out of your mind. The thesis, attention is your most valuable asset, envy is a tax on attention that yields nothing. The Stoic reframe is detachment via training your attention on meaningful activity. Action 1, schedule a daily deep hour where your phone lives in another room and you measure progress only by reps completed, not outcomes achieved. Action 2, replace doom scrolling with a posture change, literally stand up, take 3 steps, and begin a microtask like outlining the first 3 sentences of tomorrow's pitch. Action 3, anchor your evenings with 2 nourishing activities unrelated to your ambition, one physical, one relational, so your identity has more rooms than the one labeled achievement. The benefit, your brain's reward circuit stops chasing the sugar high of comparison and starts trusting the slow dopamine of consistency. Lesson 4, demonstrate your value. This is the first loop we opened, how to shine after being passed over. The thesis, visibility is not vanity, it is how opportunities find competence. The Stoic reframe is to create work that is both useful and findable, aligning your strengths with open doors rather than demanding entry through closed ones. Action 1, build a visible artifact every week, a one-pager, a demo, a micro case study, that someone can forward in 10 seconds. Action 2, align your artifact with a real problem owners care about, not the one you wish they cared about. Ask one stakeholder, if you had a magic fix this month, what would it be? Action 3. Publish your learning trail, short notes of what you tested, failed, improved, so your growth is legible. The benefit, you become easy to champion because you make it easy to see how you help. A relationship microstory, you text someone you've been seeing, and they leave you on read. The envy flare says, they're choosing someone else. The skill map says, what I envy is being chosen with certainty. The practice becomes building the skill of self-authored life. You plan your week, book 2 activities that light you up, and give your presence to people who reciprocate. You don't post a thirst trap, you post a boundary with yourself. I do not beg for what is uncertain. Your radiance increases because you invest in the life that makes you magnetic, not transactional. Lesson 5, the first level of the triad of limits, pause/space. The thesis, a short therapeutic pause creates room to recalibrate. The Stoic reframe is to step back so you stop rehearsing the slight and start restoring the self. Action 1, take a short no-contact window that you declare to yourself, not as punishment to them but as protection for you, 72 hours to a week where you do not check, poke, or stalk. Action 2, allocate that reclaimed time to high nutrition rituals, sleep on purpose, cook well, train your body, write your plan. Action 3, pre-write a kind, clear sentence for when you re-engage. I took a pause to reset and am ready to talk about the work, or, I'm not available for on again off again, wishing you clarity. The benefit, you exit the echo chamber of your own reactivity and re-enter with steadier hands. Lesson 6, prove they were wrong for you, not to them. The thesis, building competence is a love letter to your future, not a message to your past. The Stoic reframe is to let your effort be quiet but undeniable. Action 1, set a silent sprint, 14 days of measurable reps tied to one capability, 14 drafts, 14 outreach emails, 14 language lessons. Action 2, track your reps publicly to yourself, sticky note wall, habit app, calendar X's, and put the proof where you'll see it at 7 a.m. Action 3, once a week, perform your capability under mild pressure, a friend review, a timed demo, to convert practice into performance. The benefit, your nervous system learns to associate effort with pride and envy with information, not identity. If that reframed something for you, and you want more of this kind of grounded practice, consider subscribing so we can keep doing the work together. Lesson 7, go out and have fun. The thesis, joy is not a luxury, it is resilience training. The Stoic reframe is that a cheerful soul is harder to poison. Action 1, schedule novelty, one new place or practice each week, even if it's just a different route home or a beginner's class. Action 2, find a tribe that laughs easily and strives honestly, join the running group, the makerspace, the book club, and show up even when you don't feel like it. Action 3, rehearse delight on purpose, notice one beautiful thing each day and name it out loud. The benefit, when your life has many sources of meaning, any one comparison loses its gravitational pull. In a friendship microstory, your friend group plans a trip and somehow you're the last to hear. Instead of going hollow then sharp, you book 2 tickets to a small concert with a friend who always makes you feel seen, and you send a genuine message to the group wishing them a great time. You don't orbit where you're dimmed, you move toward where you can beam. Lesson 8, build your social status by contribution. The thesis, status built on spectacle is fragile, status built on service is sturdy. The Stoic reframe is to let your standing grow from the value you create for the community. Action 1, volunteer your skill in a way that matters, offer office hours, teach a mini workshop, document a process that saves people time. Action 2, give specific praise upwards and sideways, write the note that names what someone did well and why it helped the mission. Action 3, become a connector, introduce 2 people who could help each other without placing yourself as the toll booth. The benefit, your reputation becomes a byproduct of real usefulness, which is far less susceptible to the spikes of envy. Lesson 9, the second level of the triad of limits, professionalize. The thesis, when emotions run hot, make the channel cool. The Stoic reframe is to interact only on the task, brief, neutral, precise. Action 1, keep communications short and scoped, who, what, when, no memoirs, no barbs. Action 2. Default to written clarity over interpretive performance, agenda, decision, next step. Action 3. If you must be in the same room, sit where you can see the clock and bring a single page with your 3 outcomes. The benefit: you reduce room for drama and increase room for delivery. Lesson 10. The third level of the triad of limits, boundary-conscious silence. This is the second loop we opened. The thesis: silence can be ethical when it is a deliberate sanctuary for your well-being, not a weapon. The Stoic reframe is to choose therapeutic quiet so you can hear your own judgment again. Action 1. Decide where silence serves, not replying to bait, not attending gossip, not offering your pain as public content. Action 2. Pair silence with transparency when appropriate. I'm choosing quiet on this for my peace, nothing personal. Action 3. Use the quiet time to do the work envy identified: study, practice, build. The benefit: you heal the reflex to perform your pain and you reroute that energy into mastery. And to the objection, doesn't this make me cold? No. Cold is when you withhold to punish. What we're practicing is warmth with boundaries. You wish people well, you refuse to harm, and you refuse to self-harm by overexposure. You're not icing someone out, you're de-icing your own runway. Lesson 11. Don't beg for attention. The thesis: approval chasing is a treadmill, self-respect is solid ground. The Stoic reframe is to place your locus of evaluation inside your daily disciplines. Action 1. Set done for the day metrics: 3 calls made, 1 page written, 30 minutes of deep study, and stop when you hit them. Action 2. Remove the little hooks in your messaging: no just checking if you saw, no sorry to bother, no please please. Replace with following up on X: here's the update, next step is Y by Z date. Action 3. Invest the energy you would have spent refreshing into improving your craft by 1% today. The benefit: you move from chasing to choosing, and people feel the difference even if they can't name it. Lesson 12. Be kind, yet emotionally distant. The thesis: you can be gracious without being porous. The Stoic reframe is compassion with healthy edges. Action 1. When someone who triggers envy speaks, listen for the task, not the tale, respond to the task. Action 2. Adopt a standard farewell: thank you, take care, that is warm and finite. Action 3. When asked for access you can't give, say, I'm at capacity, and say nothing else. The benefit: you leave people better than you found them without leaving pieces of yourself everywhere. Lesson 13. Don't reveal your struggle while it's still bleeding. The thesis: dignity is not secrecy, it's timing. The Stoic reframe is to share your lessons after they scar, not while they're open. Action 1. Journal the pain privately in 3 lines: what happened, what I felt, what I will practice. Action 2. When you do share later, make yourself the learner, not the hero. Action 3. Keep a small inner circle with whom you can be fully unguarded. Not everyone has earned your unedited story. The benefit: you preserve your serenity and your story remains yours to author. Let me thread the 3 micro-stories to their outcomes. The work preterition becomes a communication skill that gets noticed, and in a quarter, you're invited to lead a pilot that matches your strengths. The relationship silence becomes boundary-conscious quiet and a life that hums. Your next connection senses your stability and meets you there. The friendship slight becomes an honest audit of who actually nourishes you. Your calendar fills with people who clap when you grow and nudge you when you stall. Envy pointed at those outcomes before you could name them. Your practice built the road. Now, 2 simple Stoic lines to hold in your pocket as you walk this path. Epictetus reminds us, it's not things that upset us, but our judgments about things. And Marcus echoes, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Between the flare of envy and the choice of action sits your freedom to learn. Every 60 to 90 seconds of this talk, I've asked you a question, so here's one more. If envy were a precise teacher, what class is it asking you to enroll in this month? And what would happen if, for 7 days, you turned every flare of comparison into 3 concrete reps? Here's a daily checklist to compress everything into 5 moves. 1. A 90-second breath to come back to yourself. 2. Say 1 productive no that protects your focus. 3. Do 1 action of visible value that someone can forward in 10 seconds. 4. Choose one deliberate joy to train your resilience. 5. Write a 3-line reframe in your journal before bed. What happened, what I felt, what I practiced. I'm inviting you to a 7-day practice. Treat envy like a compass, and each time it points, translate it into a skill rep, a boundary choice, or a contribution. Tell me in the comments what you'll train this week: stakeholder updates, public speaking, deep work, boundary-conscious silence, and if you're not sure what to write, just type strength in adversity so I know you're in. If this resonated, subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss the next episode, where we'll unpack how to transform embarrassment into strategic courage without losing your warmth. Until then, keep the door of your mind steady, let envy point, and let your practice make you unshakable.